Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Beyond Conversation. Dad, thank you for taking the time out of your life to come on the show. I know it's annoying to kind of come and talk and make some time. I know a lot of personal things come into play where, hey, I need to work, man, and things like that. So thank you again for coming by and having this personal moments with your son.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so
It's a pleasure.
sorry. Okay, so first off, here real quick, I want to read to you something for the first start of this conversation that we're about to have. I want to read you an excerpt. No, it's not an excerpt. It's a quote I wrote, but it's a good way to kind of like jumpstart the conversation. I think I want to try some. We're trying something new. We're trying new things here at the podcast. No, I'm just
expanding.
Yes. Yes, we're expanding. First off, what do you think? What do you think about this whole thing, man? Like, I never got your opinion on, the podcast, the show, this conversation, the equipment, expensive equipment.
Well, I didn't know it'd take this much. It looks easy from that side over there.
From the viewers.
Yeah, from the viewer.
Yeah. It does. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It does, because you would expect, okay, there's some lighting, okay, yeah, but there's a lot of technical things, and that's when you kind of realize in movies, that's why you see so many people at the end credits, like shitload of people at the end credits.
No, I mean, there's a lot of stuff where now you realize why it looks so good.
It's not necessary. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, well, that's true. Especially when it comes to video. When the podcast, when it comes to just sound, it's a lot easier. It's kind of just do the mics, and even then there is still a level of preparedness that you have to do.
That's a big light right there.
Yeah, that is, but it makes us look beautiful.
Yeah.
So the thing is that you don't need to. Obviously, you can do it in like natural light, is what we call, without these spotlights. But the quality that you get out of all the setup is what makes that production value go up, and hopefully it reflects in the interest of the viewer as far as how easy it is to kind of pay attention to us,
Now wait till we get some makeup.
Yeah, that's
we're
what
not there yet. I don't have any makeup. This is just all me.
I wanted to get makeup, actually. I tried it in one of the episodes back. Kathy tried some concealer that she had, but I couldn't. It maybe looks fake. I want to see if I don't know, dude. I have to look into it, bro. I know people do it, but I don't know. Because
I want to look at. Well, I wouldn't want to do it because I've seen some of the guys that, like, on TV, they do it.
Yeah.
And they look good.
But then in real life.
No, then you see like a regular picture. It's like, oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, but
see, that's every woman in the world. Well, mostly a big chunk of people, of women, right?
I guess most of them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most of them. If you see them with makeup and then you see them wake up in the morning, you're like, holy shit, what happened to you? And that's when I've realized that men, we look way better than these women.
Natural. Guys, just go natural.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't appreciate women making up, doing the makeup, because they do come out with some artistic looking,
a little 5%,
end products.
You're not gonna.
When you do it right.
Not the tape and float. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Like when you're putting up the sheetrock. You're covering the cuts and the joints.
Oh, okay.
You have to plaster it over.
Okay.
And then you have
like
to
you're making something else happen. You're not really making the beauty come out.
Right.
You're making beauty.
No, you're just plastering.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, how they say caking, right? That's when they put the caking on it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see some women that they.
I don't mean to be rude.
Yes.
But you're gonna have to spit your gum out, dude, because I'm hearing that all the way over here. That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I was listening to.
No, myself. Just you can put it on the table underneath. Just don't like stick it, because just leave it somewhere. That's gross. I've been hearing it.
That is disgusting.
And when you hear it only on sound, it gets even worse, because
have you seen that?
That's girl? All you hear.
Yeah, but have you seen that girl that does it professionally?
Oh, like ASMR videos?
Huh?
ASMR videos?
I don't know what that is.
That's when, people professionally on YouTube,
they're chewing or eating.
Yeah, eating shit.
It is disgusting.
It's nasty. Well, some people like that. It's to each his own, right? But not really. It's more of like an acquired taste.
No, I can see it, but it's like just maybe for like 5 seconds and like, that's it. Okay?
Yeah.
But to take it like this people are doing it like seriously. Like,
hey, you would be surprised how many people like that, and that's disgusting. I think it's gross. I really do. I can't stand that. Kathy watches people eat on YouTube, but while they're telling interesting stories. Well, I mean, the premise though is a big ass plate of food that they have in front of them while they're eating it, and you can hear the slurp and all this talking.
But there's some people that like you can watch them eat and it's pleasant.
That's my point.
But
It's
but
relaxing.
there's some people that you watch them and it's just disgusting.
Yeah, so it's a black and white. That's what I'm saying. It's like either you do like it or you don't.
I don't know where I'm at. Eating.
Like, I don't know. I kind of like it, but
am I a 7? Am I a -3?
Okay, look, so going back to what I was trying to do, I want to read a part. I kind of, right before the podcast, I kind of like to accumulate my thoughts into what really I want the episode, or the premise of the conversation to kind of revolve around. So I accumulate my thoughts. I write them on maybe like, I think it's one whole sentence. But the reason I do this is, again, because I want to kind of jumpstart the conversation. If it works, keep it. If it doesn't, plus we learn, right? We live and we learn. So I'm gonna, and of course, here's what the whole purpose of making these quotes, whatever. Because this is my quote. I said this, but every word was carefully practiced. Like, it wasn't just an accident of words that happened, right? In a conversation like we're having. Up to a certain extent, that's normally the case, where it's kind of half on purpose and half is just you're making words up as we go, right?
Right.
Or we're making conversation. It's not completely thought out. A script is obviously a different thought out process. So I want you to kind of listen word for word. And just to jumpstart the conversation, because as soon as I finish this, I want to kind of, carry on from there. So in a time where the need for cooperative effort is more apparent, American values and way of life, which glorifies individualism, spotlights the inevitable outcome of selfish thinking. And so, basically, I don't know if you...
I got it.
I'm done.
I think I got it.
I'm done.
I got it. It took, my processor is a little bit slow.
Yeah.
It's like, but I got it.
But you get me. We're in Texas. The cases are actually skyrocketing. We're one of the states that the entire COVID-19 cases, we're one of the states that are getting that rise in COVID-19 cases. Arguably speaking, I don't even think it might be even up to argument, because I think I think it's just true. We prematurely kind of stopped acting accordingly.
Right.
Right?
As far as the lockdown, you mean? When they did the lockdown and they had everybody make sure they were, had to wear a mask, and then they kind of went away with it?
Yeah, like, I think, how much time passed? It was like a full month of quarantine that we had?
Right, about a month and a half or
A
something.
month and a half that passed. But at the end of the month, we started doing this whole reopening process, like as if we came out winning.
I think what they failed at, and I thought it, when they said they were gonna open everything up, I thought they were gonna, because everybody was already kind of conditioned to follow the rule, so everybody was okay, maybe forcefully or but it was okay. Everybody was complying, acquiescing to the rule, like, okay, whatever. But then as soon as when they said, okay, we're gonna start opening up, to me it was like, okay, well, I guess as long as they keep enforcing the mask, like,
At least
the social distancing, and give
remember, get close to the mic.
Give
sexy
the power,
distance.
Sexy distance.
Yeah, because you're getting real close up to the mic. The problem is you're acting like she's an ugly cousin, and
do I have a
that's what I'm saying. Like, get close, dude, because I sound louder. You got to get close. I'm saying this, like, pretend like you're singing.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You got to pretend like you're doing a recording.
Well,
Move it.
Okay.
They do feel free to
So-
do whatever you
so-
want. There you go.
I guess my point is that when I heard that they were going to start reopening, it was good, because everybody was already sort of conditioned forcefully through the law.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the law, to comply. People, the stores were doing minimums, and so everybody kind of like started like, yeah, I'll take 2. I'll make sure there's 2 tomorrow.
I looked at it in that sort of way I think you're trying to explain, where it was a scare tactic in a way. Not a scare tactic. They're trying to curve the inevitable amount of cases that we're having, right? So that we're able to adequately deal with these cases, right? But in a good, decent time. I also think they did it so that people can know it's serious. And then hopefully afterwards they could take it into their own liberty to actually act accordingly.
Right.
You know?
I mean, they gave, like a lot of the laws we have, they gave people, society, the benefit of a doubt. But as usual, we're hard-headed. We're not gonna do it on our own. So
And why do you think that is? That whole hard-headed, I'm not gonna do it. Almost, I want to blame it on individualism, right? This whole idea that what it means to be self-important, right? Which has been glorified almost, right? And what I mean glorified is, you go to Facebook, people post about their lives, about their day. People post about what their interests are. People are constantly sharing about themselves. How are you feeling? How is this happening, right? I'm not saying that's a complete overlook of social media. I know social media has a lot of good benefits, especially at the level of exposure on current events. But my point is that for a good portion of the people, that selfishness sets in because they can't really think about anyone other than themselves.
Well, like your quote said, I like when your quote said.
You like my quote?
Yeah, I mean, because, this is the thing.
You can use it. It's cool, bro.
It copyrights.
Yeah, just say quote and then you got to dash it.
Well, like for example, it's everything's gonna come down to the lowest common denominator, basically. Okay, so it's like a chain. Okay, the chain is only gonna be as strong to the weakest link. You follow me?
Yeah, like it doesn't matter how strong everyone else is doing it. If there's one person who's not really complying, it kind of ruins the whole process.
Right, but not one person. We're talking about a percentage of society.
Well, I was actually kind of addressing your metaphor with your link, is what I'm saying. Like there could be 10 strong links out of 12 strong links. Or 11, like there's, let's say that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. But even if there's just one out of those 12, that one is enough to kind of jeopardize the entire effort.
Right. It's like there's, I don't remember where I saw this, but the guy says, well, what do we need? Why do we need God? I mean, we can do, why you are so afraid of we have to follow his rules. I think we can do without, God. There was a quote, that's something on YouTube. And the guy asks him, well, do you lock your door at night? He's like, yeah. Well, that's why. That's why we need to have rules, because there's people out there that, I mean, even though that you're a good person and you mean well, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to be at that measure, at that standard. There's people that are willing to kick your door in and put one in your head and take $5 off your wallet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's because you're selfish. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But it comes down to the lowest common denominator. That's why you have to have the law to tell, basically paternalistic laws. Treating people.
Unfortunately, you have to have someone pointing a gun at you.
Well, you have to have rules.
Well, not necessarily speaking me and you, because up to a certain extent we know. And I don't mean to gloat, right?
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I follow the law. Not the law. I follow the recommendations as of right now, right? Which is wear a mask, keep distance from people. If you're sick, don't go out, have that respect.
Right.
Because I'm not thinking about myself. I'm not thinking about how this is going to inconvenience me. Whether the mask is hard to breathe, whether I don't like adjusting to a new lifestyle. It's not about me. It's about the effort in general, which is what the purpose is.
It's a collective effort. That's the only way it's going to work. So I mean, you can be good all, for 3 months here, but I mean, the other factor is that this is not going to go away. COVID-19 is here to stay. Okay.
Where'd you get that statistic, man?
Well, it's a flu. The flu is here every year and it's never going to go away.
Yeah, I agree. I just want you to back up what you're saying.
Well, it's
So where'd you get that from?
well, the where
How
because
do you know?
what do you mean? How
What's
do you
your
know?
truth?
What's my truth? Well, it's gonna. There's no way they're gonna get rid of it.
Okay.
It's
No, I know, but like, why?
because
why would you say that?
it's here to stay. It already developed. It's gonna spread out through millions through the whole world. It's gonna
Okay.
be there for the next years. And the only way is how are you
You're
gonna
saying
contain
that
it?
it's going to stay because of the level of infectivity, or how infectious it is,
It's
like the flu, right?
It's the newest version of the flu,
right? But
That's it.
you're saying it's here to stay. Okay, well, why does the flu come back every year? Because it never really goes away, right?
Right.
And there's always a global effort to kind of exterminate it because we are trying to do flu shots and take vaccines, and if we could limit it until it goes away, we don't have to worry about it, right? But because of the level of infectious rate it has, it's basically always shifting somewhere in the world, right?
It's always gonna be, and even within your body, it's gonna be always there.
Wait,
Even
how do
after
you
you get sick, it's still there
Why? How do you know that?
because it will cycle out. It will cycle out again.
What do you mean cycle out?
There's people that carry it.
'Cause
There's people that carry it.
Because see, once you have it and you don't have it, like you could get positive for COVID,
Right.
and then you can go through 2 weeks quarantine, and when the COVID goes away, right? They'll test you again. It's not going to be there anymore. So what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, I think everybody, and not just with COVID, I think everybody is always sick at one point, right? At every time, like you're sick right now, but you don't feel it because you're more healthy than sick. So there's always
You're talking
those.
about, like, there's always
Something. There's always a fight. Your body's always fighting off infections. Every day.
okay, yeah, that. Okay,
Every
because if
day.
you say sick, I think that's a strong word. And what I mean is because I think you're not defining it completely with what you're trying to mean.
Mm-hmm.
What you're trying to say, or what I think I'm understanding is that there's always going to be a virus or an infection in your body. There's always something that's getting in.
Right.
Because you can't, because it's really hard to kind of say that you're sick and when you're not sick, because if we kind of look at the definition of what sick is, it has to be an apparent. I'm if you want to look up the definition to clear it up, or you don't really care.
No, I don't care.
Okay,
I mean, it's
well, so that's my point. Is I'm not gonna say, hey, dude, you're sick right now when you're not showing. I'm sorry for pointing.
Right.
You're not showing any symptoms of coughing, sneezing, or fever or anything. So obviously, I don't think you're sick. But there is probably more likely a virus within you or a bacteria.
No, but even with COVID-19, there's people that are walking around totally normal and they're carrying it. Yes.
I need to get my water. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Yes.
Okay, keep talking. I can hear you.
So there's always gonna be there's people that are actually sick, and they're hosts.
It's a lot easier for me to edit that.
their body, they don't get sick. They just carry it. They're fighting it. It doesn't do nothing to them, but
you
it's
mean,
there, and they could pass it to somebody that automatically takes over their body.
Yeah, but you mean asymptomatic, like they're asymptomatic.
What do you mean asymptomatic? Like there's no symptoms for them?
That's what I mean. That
Right.
you're
Well,
carrying the virus, but there's no symptom. That's what it's called, and that is a medical term.
Well, they're sick. Yeah, they're sick, but because of their I guess biology, their genes, and how strong their immune system is, they don't feel it. They just don't. It doesn't. The body does not allow it to.
I know,
to get
but
out
then
of
you're
them.
not sick. That's my point.
No, but they're
That's
sick.
called asymptomatic, and that's not a sickness. That just means you're carrying it.
No,
You're a carrier, but you're not sick.
Well,
Do you
this is
understand?
this is the thing. When it first came out, they actually talked about that. They said, you know what?
90% of the people are asymptomatic.
No, there's gonna be people that are sick. You're gonna be sick.
Okay.
But the symptoms are gonna be very light. You're not gonna, you might be a little sneezy, but you're gonna be up like nothing.
Oh, okay. You got
because
you have mild symptoms.
Yeah, you're gonna be sick, and it's gonna
that's-
go through the cycle. But your body's just gonna
but
be
having mild symptoms is sick.
right. That's what I'm saying.
There, and I know, but what you're also saying is not having any symptoms is also sick,
Right.
and that's incorrect. Or I feel that that's incorrect. Or I'm not a feel. Because think I have a strong reason to believe that you're not really.
Well, if you're sick, like for example, if let's say there's somebody that's he looks completely healthy, but he's actually a carrier. He's sick, but he just doesn't. He's not.
So,
he's actually sick.
But I know what you're saying.
But I mean, I don't know
That's
the
my
proper terminology.
Yeah, that's my point. Is what I'm kind of arguing about right now.
But I know what I'm getting, bro. Right?
I know what you're getting, but I'm being petty. Okay, I'm not lying. But I get really annoyed. And you see, I have this level of comfort with you where we can kind of.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
If you were some other dumbass, if you were some other dumbass, you're talking about
in the ground and a little bit, bro.
You can be sick, but not really sick, but you're still sick, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, like out of respect, I won't correct your dumbass, but
dumbass. No, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Maybe I don't know the proper.
No, look, I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you say
but
that,
I can also say the blue elephant in the room is 7 feet tall and it's red, and you'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then to another person, will be like, "You know what? I know what he's saying." That doesn't excuse the fact that you're not explaining yourself correctly.
But I think everybody's understanding me, right, people?
No.
Is it me? Am I alone in this?
Look, for terminology, for the sake of terminology.
Right.
Sick, okay? Why don't you go ahead and read this puppy out?
Sick.
Read that first.
Affected by physical or mental illness.
Okay, right? Does that say anything about carrying a disease or an illness? It does kind of. But hold on, give me a second. Feeling not okay, sick, vomit. Okay, but affected by physical or mental illness, right? Affected, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're carrying, let's say you're carrying COVID-19, which I hope you're not, right?
Right.
But it's not affecting you because your immune system is so strong.
Well, let's say it's not affecting me to the point where
well, that's a different story. I'm saying it's not affecting you. I'm using that terminology because that's what you're saying. No, you're saying because you said two different things. You said when you're getting affected by it, but mildly, where it might have a small little cough, and then there's another point where you're getting affected by it, none at all.
Right.
And there's two distinct differences. And when you're carrying it, which is my metaphor, which is what I'm using now, you have COVID-19, metaphorically speaking. Not metaphorically speaking. We're using this as an example. Hypothetically speaking, sorry.
Right.
Hypothetically speaking, you have COVID.
Right.
Dad has COVID.
I have COVID, but I don't have any symptoms.
But you don't have any symptoms, and what does that mean?
I'm sick.
No, wait. Come on.
I'm sick, bro.
No. I'm saying, what is... No, fuck. You confused me, man. I'm Confucian. Okay? Look at me.
I mean, but how... I guess people will still say, like, hey, like, he doesn't look sick, but he's sick.
No, well, that's just being an idiot. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can say... A lot of people say a lot of stupid shit is what I'm saying, and that doesn't mean they're right. That's my point, is... For the sake of terminology, because I think what you're doing is moving around words for the sake of your convenience, which I think is irresponsible. You're saying that a person who is carrying COVID, hypothetically speaking, you're carrying COVID, and you're not sick or you're not showing any symptoms because you're not coughing, you're not having a fever, you feel perfectly fine. In other words, you wouldn't even know you were carrying COVID, right? Mm-hmm. That does not make you sick. You have to have a symptom to be affected by it, to be considered sick. Do you understand? Otherwise, you are asymptomatic.
Okay.
Which is not sick, but it is a condition, obviously, because it's describing what's happening, which is you're being a carrier, so you're carrying this disease to other people.
We can say he's asymptomatic.
Yes.
Sick.
No. Dad, these people are going to... Dude,
I think they get it.
No, they get it, but I'm trying to educate you, man.
Listen, man.
I'm trying to educate you because you think that the public health director of the government says these people are asymptomatic sick. They don't say that because that doesn't make sense. You're basically contradicting yourself. You're asymptomatic means you're not sick, but you're carrying it. If you're sick, it means you are showing symptoms and you're carrying it, obviously, because you need to carry it to be affected by it. So you are asymptomatic.
Okay.
Boom. Drop your bomb. Okay, so you were saying?
So what was before we got off into this?
I have no idea.
This alley or this
is what we do
went
all the
to the
time.
rabbit hole.
I do, but I'm not. Look, I respect you, man, and I love you, right?
I love you too, Papa.
But I don't like that. Well, it's not that I don't like. I'm trying to educate you, man.
Educate me, bro.
I'm trying to just teach you the proper
but you know what I'm
definitions.
saying. You know what I'm saying.
I understood what you're saying.
It's
but
gonna stay here. It's gonna stay here.
Here's the thing. If I understand what you're saying, but this can be confused by other people, is that acceptable? You want to be as clear as possible with what you're trying to say, right?
Right.
So then, what's the problem?
Well, it's I guess it's a matter of.
I think it's pride, man.
No, I mean, because if I knew the word, I would have used it. But I
was trying to teach it to you.
Asystematic?
Asymptomatic.
Oh,
And
asymptomatic.
So for the sake of definitions, this is going to turn into a vocabulary word, episode because
Okay, I'll add it to my vocabulary.
asymptomatic. Look,
Okay, I'll put it on my $5 word folder.
read that. Read it.
Asymptomatic. Okay, a system. Oh no. In medicine, a disease.
Because it's real small. There.
Okay, yeah.
It's on
pretty
Wiki,
long,
so it doesn't
like-
give it more credibility. But
Okay,
I mean, I just clicked it.
asymptomatic. Okay, in medicine, a disease is considered asymptomatic if a patient is a carrier for a disease or infection but experiences no symptoms. That's cool.
And that's what it
A
is.
condition might be asymptomatic if it fails to show the noticeable symptoms with which is usually associated. Well, I mean, okay, yes, that's a good word. But there's what I meant to say that there's gonna be people that
Mildly.
mildly. There's gonna be variables there. But that's what I'm saying. There's gonna be people that are gonna have.
I want you smelling the mic. Yeah, dude, you have
that
to
have
like,
the
look,
that are gonna have the this particular disease, but the point was that it is here to stay either way. It's always gonna be on there somewhere.
because in other words, it's too fast for us, right? To stop. Like, let's say, again, hypothetically speaking, that everyone at once in the entire world were to take a vaccine that rids the virus of your body.
Well, it wouldn't matter. That's the thing. If they had the vaccine, and I think we can probably touch on some of the other I guess preventive ways of avoiding it or containing
Why does it
it.
matter?
Because like for example, there was a German doctor
Okay.
that took a group of sick COVID-19 patients.
Okay.
That were sick. So he started giving him water or warm water with baking soda.
Okay.
To do gargles. Okay. But what he was doing is trying to prevent the infection to go into the lungs.
You gotta get close now.
So we're gonna get closer.
Yeah. Sorry, but just I'm looking at how far away we are. But okay.
So he got that group of people. They went through the 14-day cycle, but none of them died. They went through the cycle, the 14-day, they got sick, but they didn't get past a certain point. And that's the way a bad cold, because the regular flu kills people every year. But it kills people because it gets infected. Now it takes a lot longer, but it gets into the lungs, it gets into your ears, your throat, and it travels, and that's when it's just. And then if you have pre-existing conditions,
Why are you discussing this when you're trying what's the point? Sorry, of what you're trying to say?
Well, the point was
in regards to it's here to stay.
Well,
and you said it to me when I was trying to say my hypothetical that it doesn't matter.
Well, because right now we don't have, everybody's freaking out because they don't know how to treat it, they don't know how to go about it, how to prevent it.
It's a hypothetical, bro.
What do you mean?
Do you know what a hypothetical is?
Yes.
Do I have to whip out the dictionary?
Don't whip out anything.
Grandma, that's him.
Grandma, Ama,
He's saying
your grandson. Is just,
No, dude, look. Do you know what a hypothetical
We'll talk about
is?
grandma in a little bit.
Yeah, we will. You know what a hypothetical is?
A hypothetical?
Yes.
Well, of course I know what a hypothetical. But,
Well, then,
but,
God, why are you not respecting my hypothetical, because I just told you, hypothetically speaking, if everyone had the vaccine, and then you start talking about, well, look, that's impossible.
Well, no. What I'm saying, if it's gonna stay here, yes,
No, well,
yeah. If
why?
everybody gonna get sick at one time,
Why are you trying to support your argument that it's gonna stay here? Is what I'm saying.
because I cannot logically see us beating it. It's a cycle.
Well,
It's a virus.
That's the point of my
But
hypothetical,
what we can do.
My point of my hypothetical.
You said if everybody gets sick right now at the same time.
No, I didn't say that.
Or what?
I didn't say that.
What
I
was your
said
hypothetical? Okay, start over again.
the entire world,
Right.
every single motherfucking person in the world.
All right.
Listen to
I
my
got it.
hypothetical. Every motherfucking person in the world.
Grandma's not gonna be happy.
She's like, oh.
Ya no tienes grandma.
I'm just like, look.
He's a grown man, am I? Okay, so
Like, explain to them before. Let me remember hypothetical, so I can go back to it. Hypothetical. Okay, go.
on the last show, I got a call from my.
In my last
it
show,
started with
Dad got molested.
I got
okay?
molested on my, because and then I think we did a small segment. And my mom, his grandma, saw the segment, but she didn't know that it was part of a bigger video. So she just saw that little piece, and this guy was just cussing out.
Look,
And personally, yes, I agree. I told him, personally, dude, I think it takes away from you.
My
You
dad
shouldn't-
doesn't like me cussing.
You shouldn't. No, I mean, you're a grown man. You can do whatever you want to.
Well, when you put it that way.
But the thing is like it takes away from you when you start like, oh fuck, and all this. I was like, dude,
Hey, man, it adds dramatic effect. Okay, it's funny.
in certain circles,
People
man.
laugh at this shit when you say every motherfucking person.
Yeah, certain.
You know you wanted to laugh.
No,
dude.
but certain monkeys, yes, are gonna clap
Nah,
because that's what. But
You know what's
anyways,
funny? I got jokes coming to you all day.
So,
Look,
so grandma, don't text her. She sent me a text, and she was mad. Like,
look.
why are you doing
in all
this?
fairness, Grandma should have watched the entire episode, because
Well-
that's kind of mean to only watch the 3 minutes. Thanks for the support, Grandma. First off, second off, Grandma, I love you, but you can't just criticize the 3 minutes out of the 56 minutes.
Well, this is the thing. She didn't know. She just thought it was just a regular video that we just did it for. So she was not until
I clearly posted on the words.
But she's not. She's grandma.
old.
Dude, she just
Yeah,
clicked. She just put.
I
click.
know, but
She
how is
doesn't
that?
say. She doesn't say. Oh, I'm gonna hit the link so I can subscribe. She doesn't. She's not
Okay,
into
so
that.
to sum it up, my
She got
grandma
upset.
saw the video.
She got upset. She's
And albeit she ignored every single content and was just basically highlighting the curse words. And again, I she's grandma. Okay, grandma, I'm sorry, but that's why I'm laughing about it. As soon as I said motherfucking, my dad just starts laughing because it's like, don't say it. You're gonna break grandma's heart.
Yes.
So
well, I mean, as a Christian, I have to.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
Look, that's a strong word, okay? First off, to say
yes.
Christian here in this
As-
podcast, okay? We are atheists here. I'm
You're
just joking.
atheists?
I'm just saying that. And grandma's, if you're
Grandma?
watching this, is having another heart attack.
No,
'cause I even
grandma.
said
No,
that
I think
word.
she already turned off the.
Yeah,
the
no, a
video.
long time ago. But if she muscled through that, this is when she just.
She muzzled through it.
she
She's
just-
like looking like.
This is when she calls dad.
No.
She's gonna call you.
No,
at
I
this
could
moment.
see her looking.
Call
up
her
at-
grandma.
She's
Call
like
him.
This. She's
Call
like
him.
This. She's like.
No, look, my grandma is real religious.
No,
real
but, well,
religious.
no, but like. Well, this is what happened though. She sent me that. She basically told me like you're gonna lose your grandma. You're not gonna have a grandma. Tells Junior not
She's
to.
real religious.
Like she
real
was
traditional.
Well, she was disappointed. Okay,
But the old
she was
style
disappointed,
religious,
huh?
dude. Like the old
No,
style.
I mean,
Like
listen.
in the movies, bro.
She's being yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like
right.
typical, like I'm disowning you for being.
Yes,
Which is
yes.
fucked up because look, let me go back to another story, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but the way she's acting, right, is the same thing, in my opinion, as this person there was this case that happened in Pakistan where this father, based on the religious principles that they follow, you know how they are,
Right.
real
right,
strict.
Right.
So his daughter, who's 19, kept running off with some guy consistently. And the Pakistan police picked her up because it's illegal over there.
Right.
They brought her back. And the dad, this was already the final straw for the dad because he had enough of her. But the thing is, he beheaded her in the middle of her
town.
sleeping.
Oh no! Oh
No, not in town. This is illegal. She's not supposed to do that, or I think they are, but there's certain things, or they don't support that no more. It used to be done, but this is something that is in that traditional realm of understanding that, you know what, I feel justified to do this.
Right.
So I'm going to behead you because I'm having this decision making on my own, which is what fucking happened, which is crazy, dude.
Crazy.
You know how
Yes, it's crazy.
fucking
Yes.
infuriating
And
that
that's
is?
that's the scary thing about religion. And a lot of people think, but you're a Christian. Yes, but you don't know my belief as far as religion.
Yeah, well, and here's
we can talk about that later.
this is another episode, honestly.
be
But
good.
look, just for the record, I don't like considering myself Christian. Just for the record, I'm not. I don't like merging myself with that group because of how muddied it's gotten. How fucking muddied it's gotten.
I mean,
and
yes.
I say it with passion because it's upsetting. Excuse me.
And to be fair, yes, I understand when. Because a lot of people say, "Are you Christian?" Like, "Oh yeah, you're Christian." Like, wait.
That's
What I say
why
is,
I don't call myself a
what I
Christian.
say is like, because I'll be honest with you, if I have a conversation, and we will have this conversation about, you know, being a Christian or the measure of being a Christian, because I could speak to a pastor, I could speak to somebody else, and they're not gonna lack. They
Yeah,
will
but
not
that's
like what I say, and that's where
another
I understand what he says. I don't like to.
Hey, no, we'll go into it. We'll go into it. I don't want to cut you off.
Right.
If you could sum that up in like 10 seconds.
Anyways, but as far as grandma goes,
Here are other things you can try.
Fucking Google.
I guess.
Did I say? I didn't say shit. Okay, go.
Anyways, but she wanted to play in
It's God.
grandma.
It's grandma's fury.
Well, this
No, I'm
is
just saying,
this
you
is
can-
what happened. To sum it up real quick, she got mad at me because she saw the segment, right? But then everybody in the family, and of course my sister, you know, Paula and my brother-in-law.
Don't say names, bro. You're putting their shit on.
No. Well, I mean, it's my sister.
Yeah,
they're
but
pastors.
does she consent?
Huh?
We gotta respect her
Well,
individualism.
she didn't ask me. She put my stuff. She
put my shit
She put
on
my
the-
shit out on the street,
in
bro.
the congregation.
In the congregation. My brother got molested. I'm like, what?
Everyone in church.
Like, I didn't sign anything.
Okay.
And you know,
Dude,
people are
that's-
gonna think, how did he?
that's
she
another
didn't.
story.
She didn't explain. She didn't explain what type of molestation, and that leaves it open to suggestion, and I don't like that, dude.
The whole church. It's
don't
because
care.
they run a Christian church in Mexico, and they told the whole world this. And I mean, that's fine.
It was a good
I don't-
message.
Yeah, it's a good message. But the problem, it's funny because they put his shit out on the street like real badass, like, yeah, he got molested, and really, I don't think they cleared it up as far as the details go.
No,
so
that's
people's
why.
imaginations kind of went crazy.
Yes.
And some people have some really good imagination.
Yes. How molested did he get? Like, and what did he say? It was a black guy?
No. Was it? Did you? You didn't even say it was a black guy. You just threw yourself out there.
I did say it was a black
No,
guy.
you didn't do
But
it. I've watched that episode
You guys,
so many
you
times.
guys need to watch the episode. It's not what you think it is,
Yeah,
all right?
but it's not. You didn't say black
It was.
at all.
I told you.
I know you told me on a separate occasion, but you didn't disclose
say
that. You didn't say that.
I didn't go into that detail.
No,
Maybe
you
I
didn't.
left out that minor detail. It's a Monday.
What is
it was
it?
a Monday. It was a Monday
It
detail.
was, but what does it make a difference?
I was just trying to be thorough. I was trying to be thorough.
I know why it makes a difference. You know why it makes a difference.
You didn't say he was a black guy? Well, he was.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
Did she say that? I didn't think. No, but anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, to go back to to grandma.
No, look,
grandma saw the segment. She just thought it was that. She said, like, you guys are cussing. Why do you allow your son to speak like that? You're gonna lose your grandma. It's like, okay, mom, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
She got mad, whatever.
She got mad.
That's why.
But then, they used that at church, right? And it was because once you see the whole segment, you'll know how I overcame it,
another
whatever.
story.
But
No,
what?
like that church thing is another story.
Right, no, but because she mentioned it, my mom,
Okay.
she called me up and she was more of it like
Oh, she
actually called me and she's like, ¿Quién te hizo eso, mijo?
Oh shit! Like she didn't know.
No,
Oh shit!
No, because once she saw the segment, she saw that full thing.
Oh, she did see the full thing.
Well, she saw it because she heard it on the at the service,
And in a good way.
in a good way, because it was presented more of a, you know, if you see it, you'll see why. But so she had a second thought. She's like, oh, I jumped the gun. So she called me and she said, I'm sorry.
You gotta. Have
I mean,
some
she
restraint.
still was strongly like with the cussing,
I
you know,
understand.
but she thought it was just being like crazy.
Like,
you
we're
know,
just being
like,
mamones.
Yeah, he's just like,
Fucking around.
I know.
No, I mean that's part of the content.
So it's part of the content, but she actually, but it was funny because she, you know what she said? Y puedo bien chula mi mami, you know, she's like this, she's like, when did this happen, mijo? Was it when I was not there? Like
trying to blame it on
like
herself?
she wanted to go kick his ass.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was being a mom, bro. She wanted to go and
Yeah.
kick his ass. She was mad because she just barely found out her baby got molested.
Oh, that's good.
So
Anyway, so
but I mean,
that's the reason.
She
But
was
look,
good. She
okay,
was cool. She was
the
cool.
motherfucking hypothetical.
Yeah.
Hypothetical. Look. So back to hypothetical, dude. I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Is a hypothetical is.
I understand.
It's
I
a
think
fake-
you're getting too hung up on.
No, it's a fake story because you're
details.
ignoring what I'm trying to make a point of, dude. Because you're not understanding that point of that story I'm trying to say. I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, everyone in the world, Dad,
Right.
everyone
It gets it right now.
No, everyone in the world
Right.
gets the vaccine
Right.
for the virus, which rids the virus of their body, body of their virus. Okay.
No, I don't think the vaccine is gonna get rid of the virus.
Father, that's
that's
what vaccines do.
No. Listen.
Do you know how vaccines work?
Yes.
How do? Okay, explain it to me, please.
Well, you get a vaccine so you wouldn't get this, but so you wouldn't get the so you won't get like the flu. You get the
I
shot so
know.
you can prevent it.
Yeah, no, but you're not explaining how it works. You're just telling me what it does, which is a quick like, here, you do this, but how does it work?
Just to prevent you getting
No,
sick.
you're summarizing what it does or the purpose of it. I'm asking how it works.
I'm gonna be back here in 10 years once I get my degree as a medical.
You don't have to.
know,
That's the beauty of the internet. Or
medical provider.
It's a simple thing.
I
But
mean,
do you
it's-
know or not? Yes or no?
Is it true? I don't think, as far as my understanding, for this particular one, okay.
That a vaccine's a vaccine.
Well,
Do you know how it works?
I guess no. Educate me, Junior.
Okay, thank you, man. Let me get on this segment of
Estoy rascando la pancita like you know the pigs when you scratch their belly.
No, I don't.
They just drop to the side.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing that to me.
Yes.
When you're being ignorant
Ignorant.
and you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
You're using all this terminology and you're trying to disregard my hypothetical. All right? I don't appreciate that, dude, because you don't even know what
Okay,
a
but
vaccine
I
is.
understand what you're saying.
No,
I
but
understand.
let me
but-
educate you.
No, but I understand what
Are
you're
you going
saying
to
from your
deny
point.
being educated?
No, but I understand what
That's
you're
my
saying
point.
now.
No, you don't understand because I'm telling you it's an integral, and it's integral.
I see your point now because I was thinking it differently. You say okay, if everybody gets the vaccine, you know what's gonna happen? You think it's gonna go away? I still think
No.
Or okay, explain to me. Finish up the
First
the
off,
hypothetical.
to clear up that you are in the same understanding of terms I'm using. A vaccine, the way it works, right?
Right,
You have the flu.
right,
When you get a flu vaccine, you get infected with the flu. The vaccine is
right.
a weaker version of the flu, of that flu vaccine, right? So they're injecting you with a compromised virus.
Right.
Nothing else.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Yes.
Do you understand?
I got you.
The moment they do that, your body has
The antibodies.
the antibodies that are needed to fight that flu,
Right.
thus destroying them. Because
Okay.
killing, they're not alive, right? But destroying them, getting rid of them. So they completely get rid of them in your body.
Okay.
Like a foreign contaminant.
Right.
Because it's targeted. It's basically programming your white blood cells. And it might not be 100% correct in this. So, of course, if you have any, feel free to message me because I need it. Mine need education too. But as far as my understanding goes, is that you're basically training your body to get rid of this enemy. You're basically teaching it that this enemy is bad. So the moment that flu, I'm sorry, I keep poking you, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The moment that flu gets eradicated, it's not basically put to sleep inside of you, dude. It gets taken away. The reason we get the flu again is that it's too fast. So anytime you're trying to clear up a certain portion of the population, someone else has it. And every time it changes, obviously it goes through evolution. It changes a little bit of its DNA. It gets a little stronger. It changes. So next time you get it, it's
Different.
It's different.
A little bit.
Just enough to affect you.
Right.
Which is why they say it's important that everyone gets vaccines so that we don't let that get out of hand. You understand?
All right.
And that's my point. So my hypothetical, going back to it, if everyone in this world were to get that vaccine and the virus had nowhere to go because it can't replicate, because it can't keep growing, it would just disappear. It would not be around anymore.
Right.
Obviously. So the point I'm trying to say is the reason it's going to be here forever, unless that hypothetical magically comes true, but it's really hard logistically speaking and politically speaking, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of effort to kind of globalize and then get everyone to agree the fact that there's a lot of people that don't like vaccines. So did you hear that?
Yeah. What was it?
The fuck was that?
Was it sounded like it was here?
Hello?
Did you hear like a voice?
I heard a sneeze.
Me too. But it sounded like in the room, right?
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay,
Did
look.
we just-
Let's
did we
just keep talking.
Paranormal stuff?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, look. So, look. Right now we'll check as soon as this finishes. So whoever's fucking here, get the fuck out.
Okay, now.
I know. You got 15 minutes. No, you got 10 minutes. So that's my point. Is that the reason it stays here is because it's too fast to completely eradicate. It's like, let's say, like cockroaches, right?
Right.
You can kill one, and if you kill, like, if there's 17 cockroaches in your house, and you know for a fact there's 17, but if you don't kill them all within the hour, you're going to get 18 more. And you fail to kill 2 of them. Those 2 turn to 18. And you fail to keep, and it keeps going like that. You know what I mean?
Right. It's more than that, but yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just putting it into small numbers so we can kind of be on the same page. But that's my point. That's the reason it's going to stay here. Not because it's sleeping in your body or some shit, but because everyone keeps infecting themselves.
Exactly.
And it
That's
goes
what
through
I
a
meant.
cycle.
That's what I mean.
Well, I wasn't interpreting it like that, man. You told me in a way that it meant like it's going to be in your body forever. And I don't think that's right.
I think there might be some truth to that, but I can't explain it. But even if it isn't...
What, that in your body asleep? Mm-hmm. Like it stays asleep dormant in your body or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't think that's... Dude.
Well, not dormant, but you'll be able to fight it off. And like you said, some people don't get affected because their immune system is good. So every year...
But that's the thing. Even if, let's say, you're carrying it and you're asymptomatic, which means you're not exhibiting any symptoms.
Right.
It still has a lifespan, that virus.
Right.
So as long as you're not... Even if you contaminate someone else, as long as no one else contaminates you again with another or recontaminates you, that I don't know what the fuck that was. I think it was the ice maker. I think it's been the ice maker.
Okay.
So that virus is going to eventually end its lifespan. It has a lifespan, bro. It won't keep replicating because after a while, the inside of your antibodies kind of fight it off.
Okay. I think we fixed that. Did we?
Yeah, I hope so, but that's my point.
But I think it's here to stay because of
yeah.
all the variables.
Yes,
because
exactly.
Everything, like
Yes,
you said,
I
in a
agree.
perfect world, yes, but there's always gonna be people that are, you got to go to the political, people that are,
there's too much. Yeah,
there's too many variables to consider for it to eradicate it. So it's
Or at
always
least,
gonna be here.
Like right now, it's out of control because one, it's new. Two, the virus is real infectious. We forget all these factors that play into why this virus is a big deal. There's a lot of other factors. I've mentioned that there's a lot of news articles and facts and all these other things that kind of go into play that make the whole situation less credible.
Hey, do you know that I don't know if you have one of those ionizers, the air purifiers.
Yeah,
They're actually saying that I was seeing on the news that that ionizer actually kills the virus.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, we can't ionize the whole world or people around you. That's why we get like if you have an air purifier in your home and it's like ionizes and it's there that it's, I think it's a HEPA filter, and then they even have these other ionizers that run these different processes that actually destroys the virus and or breaks it down.
I used to sell them. They got some. There's some
Yeah,
blades that
yeah.
the
But there's-
as soon
there-
as they got it charges particles,
Yeah.
positive and negative, and it's.
I remember those. There's other.
Remember the one that I had at the house, and
And it smells
they had a
fucking
nice
good.
they will have this nice smell,
Smell.
and they will give you like a little high.
It does, because it smelled like you were breathing pure air or
Yes,
something.
yes.
But or really clean air.
But I don't know-
there's other ways. My point is that there's other technologies that replicate that effect different way, not
Right,
necessarily
right.
with metal. And
But
that's the thing. If you do have them, obviously they clean them. But going back to the point is to what I was discussing. Sorry, is that the whole idea is that in today's society we have a lot of ignorance, a fucking heavy amount of ignorance. So people want to. I don't know how they really kind of make sense of this whole situation, because here's the thing, like, I like to look at it in a logical perspective. It's affecting us. It's killing people. It's obviously out of control, and we've seen it. We've seen the videos. But the moment a piece of news that either contradicts itself or makes the entire story less credible, that's the problem when people start saying, nah, it's not real. If this isn't real, if this was a hoax, then why should I believe something else? Or a more specific example, if there's hospitals faking the amount of deaths from COVID, why the fuck should I believe the whole thing? You know, it's all fake. It's a whole scam. You know?
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm not saying it's an excuse, man. I'm
Right.
just saying it's easier. Like, if you were ignorant, if you're an idiot, if you were an idiot and you saw these things, right, and you saw and on a respectable published news article that they are faking COVID-19 deaths to get funding at the hospitals, that lessens the credibility of the severity, doesn't it?
it's like you said earlier. It's some type of a psychological placebo effect that they tell themselves, because the reality, the alternative, will be very scary. I think
It is.
There's some people that are.
But dude, if you saw, you're gonna tell me that if you're seeing something new, and at one point this specific fact of that incident is proven that it was actually fake, and it was faked for a different reason, wouldn't you kind of undermine the whole situation more? Like crying wolf, basically.
No, I mean, to me, I
If
don't-
you were an idiot, not to you, I'm
If-
saying
if
if you
I-
were an idiot, would you not understand why people who aren't really, for lack of a better word, educated or wise, I guess, whenever they see a story like this that is fake, they don't want to believe it all the more, especially when, or not a fake story, but when they see the hospitals faking deaths, dude, from COVID, isn't that going to make someone give more reason not to believe the whole situation?
Well, yes, if they do come out with a hospital faking dead, like
They
if
did.
it comes out, what do you mean they did?
They did.
Where? I didn't hear anything
Well,
like that.
No, see,
I
that's,
thought you were just doing a
I'm not-
hypothetical.
No, I didn't
Where
say
did-
hypothetical.
when did this happen? I never
even,
seen it.
I'm sorry, I didn't even clarify. But yes, there's been news reports that hospitals have been mislabeling people's deaths based on both news and actual people's accounts, like actually showing photos and saying what happened. Multiple accounts where people are saying, you know, this happened, my dad died of a heart attack, and they labeled it as COVID-19 death, which you're still like, okay, maybe like it's a causation, right? Then there's another one. There was a car accident who someone got decapitated, and they got labeled as a COVID-19 death.
Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
I thought it was like a
No,
punchline.
no. It's
It was a car accident. And he got decapitated, and his cause of death was COVID-19.
well, that's the thing. It's funny when it's like, why?
Well, yes,
But that's
'cause
my
it's-
point.
it's-
It's because
it's like
they get a certain amount of money every time there's a reported death. of
mean,
COVID-19.
I think there's a little bit of everything. Like,
Again, I'm
Right.
not trying to go off into another thing. I'm not trying to say, oh, there's a little bit of everything. I'm saying specifically going to the point is, doesn't that specific incident give reason to those who already are naive about this whole situation, which is already stupid at this point, right?
Right.
Because it's apparent, but those even a little bit who are suspicious about the realisticness or how severe it is, isn't that incident a big downside on that?
oh, definitely.
That's my point.
Yes, these people are gonna be like I mean, if they're already skeptical,
Exactly.
and then they see something like that, to them it's like
Fuck that.
and
And that doesn't help. It doesn't help. Apart from that, I mean, see, when I saw that, I didn't react immediately like that. I didn't start going, oh, fuck that, then everything else. No, I said, well, okay, I started, again, logically looking at it. I started dissecting it, looked at it, okay, why would a hospital do this? You know? The thing is, people are getting sick. There's less people going into hospitals because no one wants to go to a hospital now because, and I've seen it, it's apparent. Kathy tells me all the time, before we got actually hit with this wave in Texas, now there's a lot of people, but for COVID, and they're all up to capacity with ICUs and everything. There's no more space. In fact, I don't know what the word is for the hospital patients, but for the hospital terminology, but there's a specific word that says basically they're not accepting ambulances at the hospital no more because they're at capacity, which is what right now is here in the Rio Grande Valley. Like for real right now, not hypothetically.
Right.
So my point is, before this big thing happened, where we're seeing all these cases, the current situation we're in now, before that, they had a period, especially during the initial lockdowns, that they weren't getting anyone at these hospitals. Anyone stopped. They saw dramatically less people go to the hospital because no one wants to go now. And so what does that mean? We live in a capitalistic society in the United States. So less people at hospitals means what for the hospital?
Well, I mean, it's gonna be less money, of course.
So that's my point. Once that's how I started dissecting it. They've been getting less people, which means they've been getting less money, and so they need that funding still. So why wouldn't the human effect set in, where they would say, you know what, fuck it, let's just label some people as COVID, so that we can get some more funding.
It's like when Trump was gonna, like on the last day of his election, when the polls said that he was gonna win by so much percent.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they're trying.
They were faking it just to influence
for the convenience. Is what I'm saying.
There's of course there's a lot of that.
Okay.
That's one factor. Of
Yeah,
course, there's gonna be people. It's there's an incentive to get people in.
And so
there's a grant over here. The federal money is throwing
Yeah.
in money over here. So might as well get all get everything, because at the end of the day, it's a for-profit organization.
Exactly. And so that's the way I looked at it. I just looked at those realistic statistics. And then I looked at also the fact that Italy, China, France, New York, videos, people actually going through it firsthand and seeing firsthand what their reality was. And I knew immediately, you know what? Based on the facts and the evidence, this is still something I need to take very seriously. And it's not hard to make. But when you're ignorant and you choose to decide what's real and what's fake in your own head, regardless of the evidence, I think that's being selfish and individualistic. And that's another thing of the whole episode I wanted to talk about. But I mean, individualism isn't helpful for anyone, dude, when you're just thinking about yourself. When you're just thinking about, you know what? Well, it's not, especially, what's the biggest reason before? I know right now we're kind of taking it a little bit more seriously because a lot of fucking people are dying here and a lot of people are going to the hospital now and everyone's fucking cousin or grandma or someone they know or themselves is now at the fucking hospital. And the reason we didn't take it seriously is because we can't have that empathy, or other people, I mean, don't have that empathy of saying, you know what, I don't need to see it firsthand to consider it, you know? It doesn't have to affect me to take it seriously.
Right.
I don't have to be selfish to see that I'm going to be doing this for someone else until someone's at your door saying, hey, it's affecting us or it's actually affecting us. And that's when you kind of see because of...
It's like with drunk driving before people wouldn't take, they wouldn't take it seriously. And then you would see people, either affected either by a drunk driver or one of the drunk drivers,
Yeah.
they got killed. So now they take it seriously.
Now they take it seriously. Now they're
now they become advocates of it. You know,
And-
they're like I know, it's a real thing.
No,
I
it's a
used to-
problem because people can't have that. They can't see past themselves. They
But
can't
there was
look at
there was a guy on
themselves.
the local news, that the guy just went through it. He survived it, but he was I think he's a some club owner, and he got sick, but he's like, no, I was that guy. He's like, I was that guy. I didn't believe, and I thought I didn't think nothing of it, but. So he actually closed his club down because he was weighing out the
Yeah, he knew.
he was like, is it worth me
Going through that again.
cashing in, or keeping my business going, or running the risk of people getting sick here? So he said, I'm just gonna close it down.
And that's good. That's responsible, but unfortunately,
But he had to go
through that. That's my
through
point. And that's something that unfortunately I would relate extremely to Americanism. Is that lack of empathy, which hopefully it's turning. I've seen small hints that it's turning everywhere differently because of like protests and things like that, especially because of social media. It's allowing us to see other people suffer through it, so a good majority of the people can kind of relate more easily with other people because they see it firsthand how they're experiencing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that still doesn't mean that's the situation for the entire population. A lot of people are selfish, and as long as it's not affecting them firsthand, everyone else is exaggerating.
True.
Okay, so I think that wraps up this episode. You have anything to say, Pops? Anything other you want to get off
I
your
wanted
chest?
to talk about grandma.
No, we'll talk about that on the next episode. This was I didn't want to get because we can go
I
3 or
know.
4 hours about this. I'm trying to digest or I guess like accumulate this information for the audience, because me and my dad, we can talk for hours and hours.
I'm gonna go and check out the last segment we did.
Yeah,
To see if I said it was a black guy.
he didn't at all, dude. I've ran that through so many times that you've never said that. You just
Okay.
another piece of the puzzle. Guys, checking out. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. Have a good day. We'll see you guys on the next one.